Welcome back, folks. Today, well, it's Tuesday for me. I've just been jumping around. You got to weld a little bit. It's too hot, so I wait, and I got to do some metal work over here, jump over there in the air conditioner. I rebuilt some things over there. We're getting this ready for reassembly. I know we ain't got it tore apart completely yet. Let's get this knocked out. I'm really curious over there, but let's just one step at a time. We got too much going on. I'll show you how I'm rebuilding this core support. Like I said, they're $300 plus shipping, so you're looking at $400. It's going to take me about a full day to do it. $300-400 a day is pretty good money. So let's get in there and check it out. Let's get to work. Here's what I've done so far. Took a piece of metal flat. I've got an anvil. That's what I use. It's easy to pound on, and I just folded this over to match the existing end here that was rounded. I didn't want to rebuild that. And thank goodness it wasn't rusted out. So I folded that angle over. It's just a 90 straight to the back. I do still have to weld the bottom of it. That's fine. I extended it on this side. I don't know how well you can see, but the metal was longer, so I went underneath the core support just for added support. And then I've drilled my hole for the core support bolt. I did add this piece. This is a piece off of Tom's truck. Hey, it doesn't matter. Just because I had this folded edge, I thought that's going to give it a lot of strength. So I put that in there. It's clearly going to be, it's going to be clear of the radiator. So the next part I've got, now that I've got this rebuilt, I don't know if you can see it either, but I added another piece of metal back here that had a bend in it for strength. I've got to finish welding it here. Got it welded on top. That's the same as the other side. I just mimicked what was already there, a double piece of metal. Now I'm working on filling this, the bottom of this post rotted off. So I got an old rocker off a 2007 Silverado I redid. I've kind of hammered it flat. I used the elbow that was on there. It's got some bed liner on it. That's fine for now. This rusty end is just surface rust, and we're going to cut off most of it. Everything else I'll clean up to bare metal. I'll spray it with weld-through primer because I can't get in there. It's something on it. So I've kind of got it fit. Again, I don't know how well you can see it, but got it fit pretty good in there to where it goes up the backside. And then this angle matches. I just cut that because that's how the rust was. I've got it to where it'll fit. It's close. Yeah, it'll go right in there. It's flush, which is fine. I can weld hot. Get that all welded in. I can weld along the bottom. But before I do, I want to, because this, I called it a post, the support post, has a bend on that side. So I've marked that. I need to bend it over and then trim it off before I weld it in. Otherwise, that's going to be really hard to hammer on. But how I'm going to do this, because this metal tapers out and then flattens off, I'm going to weld this flat top first, maybe around that corner. I don't know yet. And then, as you see in the back, get my finger out of the way, this back part here is a little low. But once you got the top here welded, I can pull that up and weld this bottom piece. So I'll have it pretty solid once I get that in. And of course, full weld all that. I got a lot of welding to do, a lot of, you guys know the game. And of course, clean it up because it's bumpy when you weld like that. I also got me a bolt and a heavy piece of metal. This is a piece of farm equipment that I just had in a rack. And I've got that all lined up. I have to trim it off. It's a little too big. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to weld that in or not. GM didn't. It just sat in there. But I'm not sure my metal's as thick as GM's. So I might weld it. I might not. I don't know that it really matters. They didn't weld it so you could knock them out, I'm sure is the reason. But, or probably assembly. So you know what I'm doing here? I could show you how to bend that over, but it's just basically put it on an anvil and hammer it over. So, let's go over there and look at what I'm curious about. Before we get into the air conditioning box I want to see inside of so bad, I've cleaned the rust off of all this. This folded over flange is usually an issue with these trucks. Dirt and leaves sits in there. This one was in pretty good shape. Yes, I had some pretty heavy rusting in there, and I had to put a block in there and hammer on it and get it all flattened out. Then of course, I seam seal everything. You know me, keep that water in or out. I want to keep it out. So that's seam sealed. Once that cures really good, just in case I had any pinholes, I'm going to reach inside and just smear seam seal on the inside After that's cured, all this will get tar coated, inside, outside, upside down. So everything looks like it's gonna be okay. I don't have to replace anything, thank goodness. But I want to take this air box apart. So I want to get this air box off of here. This is a classic mouse spot. I don't know. I just want to look at it before I recharge my system. I can get in the truck real easy right now. It seems to me like this would be the time, definitely the time to do this. So let's get in there and see what we can find. Okay, wrong size, as usual. There's like 3 different sizes just on this box, but they should come off really easy. Where am I going to put those? You know, I'll lose nothing. Yeah, right here. And I'll get a baggie later. I said it. I did. You heard me. I said later. We just started. All right, under here, you can't see. Heck, I can't see. There's one holding the wire and the box. So those aren't really tight. They're a cap nut. Can I get it? Oh, I got it. I got it. There's 2. I think there's only 2 cap nuts on there. I'll change sizes. What size are we doing now? I don't know. Just pick one. There we go. This is like a fiberglass composite. So when you put it back together or tear it apart, I guess, be careful. Now I had like 4 or 5 hits on it, but I don't know. I'm gonna be careful. I'm probably gonna put it back together by hand with a small ratchet just to be safe. How many more is there? There's got to be at least one more. There's got to be one that's hard to get to. Huh. Yeah. I think there's one back here. Yep. Probably can't get in there. Yeah, I can't get in there with a power wrench. Grab me a little ratchet. All right, let's get that one out of there. Now I'm only taking half of this off. I just want that side cover off. Of course, as I say it, I'm thinking, I don't know. We'll look at it when we get it open. I don't want to tear the whole box off of there. It has a seal I don't want to mess with. Everything's in good shape. But I probably will want to see both sides of this. What is it, a condenser? Evaporator? I always get them mixed up. I call it a condenser because that's where all the water condenses, but one of these days I'll remember which one's which. Or probably not. Self tappers. Not my favorite. I guess when you're bolting into fiberglass, it works, but I'm nervous. See how crusty and nasty those get? It's a GM thing. Now, I didn't plan for this. I know that's not going to come right off. Why would it? We've got this little tiny screw up here for whatever reason. Got to have a million tools. Well, that wasn't even tight. Probably because it's fiberglass. I doubt this will just pop right off, but I got a screwdriver handy in case we need to pry it a little bit. I'm sure we're going to need to. Hope I didn't miss a screw. Now, how does it come apart and off at the same time? Wiggle jiggle? That's usually the game. Let's just pry gently. Is that a thing? Oh, yeah, it's huh? It acts like there's another bolt, but it's gonna act that way if it's got a seal all the way around it. I don't want to break it. Oh, she's on there. Feels like something's holding it. Oh, Look at there. You guys probably seen that bolt right there, didn't you? You're probably yelling at your screen the whole time. Well, what do I get? Power tools? No, when I can. I don't know how I missed that. Of course, the wrong one. Was it this one? Something just fell. That's not good. It'll be on the floor. It's not like I lost it. All right, that should do it. Probably one more. All right, come on now. And she still want to just come apart. That one, that one, that one. This one, that one, the other one. Yeah, as usual, I want to do something on video, and it don't want to. Looks like a rubber seal. I'd be impressed. Well, I got that one. There's got to be another one. Yeah, I told you. Didn't I say it? Go figure. This is the last one. I'm sure of it. Kind of sure. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we're getting inside this air box. And then these trucks are classic for the inside actuator doors to strip out. They're not necessarily broke, but the rod that moves the actuator door, they're known for stripping. And then once they strip out, you can't actuate the door. Yeah, this one did it too. So we'll be working on it before we're done with the air conditioning. A little one there. I don't know if it goes to anything. See, one more. Always one more. Just to be sure, let's take it out. That one was at least tight. Yeah, it's one of those days. I'm black and blue. Just kidding. All right, come on now. It's time. We've frogged around with this enough. Nope, maybe not. More frogging to be done. Do you guys see where I put my screwdriver? Oh, on the floor. There's not one there. Do a little more prying. Still don't feel like it's loose. Maybe. She's sticky. What do you think? There it comes. It's kind of peeling loose, breaking all my rubber. Boy, I hope I can buy new rubber for this. Because it's crunchy. Oh, it's got a string in it, but tarry. That's interesting. I bet I can't buy that. All this for curiosity. I just soon it be for curiosity, no reason to take it off. Then you guys will know what it looks like, and you ain't got to take yours off. All right, here it comes. Come on. Still got some glue holding somewhere. There it is. It's got some mouse good stuff in the bottom. So you can see it, I can't see it. Wow. Looks like a waste of time, which is really what I wanted. I'm gonna have to do some inspections in there. Oh yeah, the heater thing. Boy, that don't look pretty in there, but I mean it's not bent up. Wonder if that, yeah. I might wiggle on this a little bit. Well, maybe we'll do it right now. I got a bracket. I don't think there's anything really holding it. I'd like to see on the other side. I don't have to take it all the way out, but knowing me, once it goes, it'll just go. Now that one looks like it's twisting. Oh, it's got a screw holding that. I'm gonna have to get it out. I got one more screw to get out. I'm gonna have to put new seals on this anyway. Hopefully I can buy them. If not, I'll have to use silicone, and that ain't my favorite idea in the world. Yeah, we're gonna get this out. I don't know if I can pressure test it. Maybe somebody can. Maybe I can take it somewhere. I don't really know, but I got a screw here. I'm gonna pull this out. That way I can vacuum everything. Even though it looks really good in there, I probably shouldn't have removed it. But I wanted it. I was this far, right? I got one last thing, and then I'm gonna get to work and turn you guys off. I bought a new truck. You see, I watch all these other channels, and they're always buying new trucks. They buy a new vehicle every week. I can't afford that. But I bought a model truck. Now, this is kind of neat. I know you guys are probably thinking, what is this guy doing? It's a model kit, 125 scale, like when I was a kid, you glue it all together. And I didn't want the ramp truck, but I've been looking for a 67 to 72 truck, and I can't find one. You can find Fords, you can find Dodges, but no 67 to 72s. Well, this kit is either the ramp truck or the regular pickup truck. So I'm going to build one of these green like this one. I'm probably going to build one Spanish gold. I might build a white one for Tom. I don't know. They're about 30 bucks, but it's the time and the painting that I don't have extra time to play with toys. At night, maybe. So I thought you guys get a kick out of that. Maybe I'll show you the updates as we work on that. But I'm going to get back to work here, get through this, even though I'm not sure I need to. I might as well get it all the way out. Then I can figure out what I got to do for a seal. I'll look when I order my parts. Maybe I can buy the seal. I think that part is kind of pricey, so I was going to try and use it. Not that I really want to do this job twice. So I don't know why it would have a hole in it. I don't know. Give me your opinion, would you? Should I retry it or just pony up and buy new? Let me know. I don't usually ask for comments, but I'm curious what you guys would do on this. I want to rebuild an original system. I think that part's good. I don't know why it wouldn't be. All right, I'll get back with you in a little bit. Okay, so what have I got done this week? You've seen some of it, and then I got to these parts and pieces. This just takes a lot of time. But I want to tell you, some weeks you're just not feeling it. I got crappy weather, it's raining out, it's cold. Just wasn't feeling it this week. But come out in the shop, work for 20 minutes. I'm coming out to feed cows anyway. Stop in 20 minutes, get something done. If you do that 3 times through the week, you got an hour's worth of work done. And next week, you will never regret it. So I pushed myself a little bit on the days I just wasn't feeling up to it. And I got some things done. At any rate, these are the bushings, rubber mounts for the core support. I got them painted both sides. This is the final painting. I caught it. I stuttered. It's painting, but English. So I got my bolts painted. This is the triangle support. That's for my air conditioner. I got a little screw I got painted here. I wanted to show you guys these. You've seen it a million times, so I didn't show it. But this bolt, the head was all rounded off really bad. And I heated that one with a torch. I don't think you could have got it without a torch, but I got it red hot, let it cool down, work it back and forth, take your time, pair of channel locks, vice grips, whatever. You can get them out, but it's all about patience. 15 minutes there, 20 minutes there. Things I didn't feel like doing, but during that 20 minutes. So this one's a little more interesting. This one is the head broke right off of it. So, well, it looks like I cut it. Maybe it stripped off. I don't remember. But this was flush mounted. So I had to grab the inside. You can see I got it marred all up with a pair of vice grips. And I didn't heat this one. Probably should have. But just work it back and forth. Again, 15 minutes. It seems like forever, but I don't have to rethread anything. I got it out. You're way better off than trying to drill it and you get crooked. You guys know all that. At least I hope you do. If you don't, you'll learn just like I do. Get the bolts out if you can. Try not to drill them because that's just a pain. All right, let's keep rolling over here. So what I've done here, I left my horns right on there. They didn't bother me. Just leave them. I know they fit in there. They had to be put in a special way. But I have rebuilt this entire bottom end. It mimics the original very well. Not perfectly. The trained eye would catch it. You can see a seam right in here where I welded this bottom new panel on. But once you get all the stuff in there, nobody's going to see this. I don't think you can even poke your head in there and see it on purpose if you wanted to. And even if they do, so be it. It's the original. I just had to rework this metal. Turned out really good. I'm very happy with it. Now, what I did on this was because there was so much surface rust and there's so many nooks and crannies for water and everything to get into, I decided to tar coat the inside. Again, nobody sees it. I wanted a good cover for rust protection, especially in these spots where water gets trapped. Now you do have a boxed in spot inside of here, and you can access that through both ends right down in here. I can't get tar in there or paint or really anything. So I will show you later. You guys have probably seen it, but I'll use some, what is that called? Fluid film. And I have one of them straws hoses that sprays in many directions, and I'll feed it in there and I'll spray on my way out and get that inside of that box all coated. I'll bring it back to that. The plan is when this sets up a few more days, I'm going to flip it over, and on the front side you see through the grill that was originally painted, so I'm going to paint that side. It's going to need some work, cleaned up, scratched up, but that's where we're at on the core support. Almost done. Over here on a 1972 C20 in Avalon green. That's what we're working on this week. I did some touch up tar coat. This is where the core support sets on top of that fender. So that was never painted. It was surface rust in there. Probably would have never rusted out, but I'm still going to coat it. Touched up a little here. Got my frame horns painted. And then I come out here and I tar coated all this too. This is again surfaces, two surfaces bolt together. It's a rust spot, holds moisture between the two. So that's all tarred up. I did some touch up under the brackets. Again, you probably won't see it, but I wanted it coated. Now, onto the air conditioning real quick. On the truck, I finished taking that air conditioning core out. I couldn't be this close and not take it apart. And I'm glad I did. Couple of reasons. You see all this debris in here? I don't know if there's any mouse droppings or not, but there's no mouse nest, but there's plenty of debris that needed cleaning out. And there is some moisture in here. I haven't found that yet. I didn't think about that. But the moisture has to drain out somewhere because this condenser condenses. I think that's why they call it a condenser. Like a glass of water, this will get a lot of moisture on it. So I wanted to coat this down here anyway. You don't want to rust through your firewall. And I'll find that drain and clean that out. I didn't even think about it till right now. So I'll vacuum this out, vacuum this all out. My blend door works here. It looks like I'm missing one down in there. Excuse me. But I know there's a blend door inside that doesn't work. We're going to get to that next week. But I also, hang tough, I'll show you. I got that. I keep calling it a condenser. I hope I say it right. I got that out, and it's got a few, dents in it, which I guess came from the factory because look at there. Factory original sticker still on it. We're probably going to take that off and put it on the outside somewhere where somebody can see it. But you see the debris packed in the bottom of that? So that can all get cleaned out. Again, I'm going to straighten up a lot of these fins. I have a comb for that. So I'm glad I took it out. It needs cleaned up anyway. Well, that's it for this week, folks. Got some things done, not as much as I always like, but that's the kind of guy I am. I always feel like I could have got a little more done. Try not to be that way. Enjoy what you're doing. Do a little bit every night. Well, I'm in there close to that tar. A little bit every night. Skip a night. Whatever feels good to you. Enjoy working on your project. I sure do. This week, not so much, but you have weeks like that. So still had fun. I got some things done, something to dream about, something to think about, how I'm going to do some more things next week. But things are coming along nicely. Get our order in. We're going to knock this out. I'll figure out what's going on with that drain tube, get this all cleaned up, and we'll be ready to start reassembling this. I don't think there's anything more to tear apart. That's a good thing. Well, the inside I mentioned, but hey, and one more thing. I want to thank whoever keeps giving me those hype points. Man, that really means a lot to me. There's just one of you doing it, I think, but I'm getting a bunch of points for that. It is helping the channel. So thank you, whoever you are. They don't tell me, But give me some hype points and thumbs up, subscribes, help a guy out. I gotta go.